What's up, Team Libra? Hope you guys had a good weekend. I thought I would do a weekly tea reading to see what this next week would look like for you, the next 5 to 7 days. It's pretty much good for any placement of Libra in your natal chart. I'm also getting the sense, you guys, that this is, I mean it to be a weekly prediction, but I'm kind of getting the sense that it might be a timeless message for some of you as well. I feel like it's an important download that's going to lead to something deeper for some of you in the future, maybe. So whenever you're finding this reading, it is meant for you. Link to the website to schedule private one-on-one tarot readings and to have your human design analyzed by me. The link to that is down in the description below if you're new. Welcome to Soma Chandra Libra. This channel is just for Libra and also Sagittarius. I do private readings for all 12 zodiac signs, but this channel is dedicated just to those 2 signs. So subscribe and hit the bell so you know when I read for you if you are new. All right, let's get into it. So Libra, I feel like with Vesta showing up with Mars and Mercury, there's going to be a lot of communication. I also think that you guys could potentially really feel your power this week, but with both Vesta and Strength coming out, some of you, your strength of character will be tested because the 2 of them together are very quietly dignified. It's one of those Jesus take the wheel kind of weeks, I think. You will need to have strength of character. I'm also hearing that some of you may feel the need to bite your tongue. It's like you have a snappy, wicked comeback when you want to, but you're better off just minding your own business. You don't need to get the last word this week, even though you might be right in a few situations where everybody else is wrong. Strength of character may be tested. Morals and points of view may come into play for you this week as well. Again, watch communication in a group dynamic. But also with Mars and Mercury together, you have a chance to move very quickly and very powerfully. Some of you may accomplish quite a bit this week. You may have a lot of drive. I can see it with the Knight of Wands boiling down within you. Mars is about standing up for our morals and our beliefs sometimes. It's not just about your physical drive and strength and energy. It's about what you're willing to fight for. But when you put Mars and Mercury together, again, watch your tongue, take your energy, and don't let it get pent up. I recommend exhausting yourself every day, but like in a good way, so that you get a good night's sleep. You have a lot of strength, physical strength, emotional strength. I'm also hearing that some of you are dealing with gossip and hearsay, maybe some peer pressure, because they wanted me to use the Sacred Rebel Oracle deck, and I knew that just in general, feeling like a sacred rebel in some part of your life was probably going to be a theme. What came out was number 5, that is about conflict, loss, and change. Follow your own rhythm. Number 34, in the world, not of the world, and conscious connections. It's really important for you to be conscious of the connections you're making with other people. And I'm not saying you can't make little karmic transpersonal connections throughout the week. I'm just saying it's really important to be a good listener. When you speak, mean what you say what you mean. Your guides are telling me to tell you less is more in communication as well. Like, let your words pack a punch. I definitely feel like that in the world, not of the world, and follow your own rhythm. Sometimes I think this week, some of you may feel, worst case scenario, a little ostracized, a little bit like the outsider. Your opinion may differ from everyone else's. You may feel like you don't quite fit in and you don't belong. That's just driving you to make more conscious connections. Some of you are going to be taking inventory and taking stock of like who you're spending time with. Like it's the 11th house, you are who you hang with. At the bottom of the deck is 18, spirals of manifestation, dream a beautiful dream, free from judgment, free to love. Some of you, you're manifesting something from within. It's starting off as a dream. I kind of think that based on the tarot and the oracle cards already, that a lot of you are feeling, you're kind of sick of feeling like marching to the beat of your own drum qualifies you as being like a weirdo or something. Like everyone else is, like you're different from everyone else. I think you're tired of that. This is Something that you're going through is actually planting a seed in your own mind. Spirit is trying to download it into you. You may pay close attention to your dreams. If you're having any beautiful dreams, they may be a sign, even if it's a daydream. I feel like Neptune and Spirit together are trying to put an idea in your mind to get you to move out of a place where like you're going against the grain and not fitting in, and moving towards connections and situations where you're free from judgment and you're free to love. Yeah. It's like whatever you're going through, I feel like you may go through something socially that makes you realize you don't quite fit in, but that doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with you. It just might mean you're in the wrong place, if that makes sense. Because like your advice and support from Spirit is, I am loved and I am letting go. You will have to let go of a lot. I know that focusing my attention on things I cannot control distracts me from my journey. Hell yes, this is true. I had to learn this one the hard way. I have a bit of a control freak living in me sometimes. And the reason we become controlling is because we're afraid for other people. We're afraid for ourselves in any situation. I do think you will be tested. I mean, that's one reason we become controlling, but on a subconscious and even unconscious reason we become controlling is because we are just distracting ourselves with other people's shit instead of dealing with our own shit, right? Spirit saying, hey, stop focusing on things that you have like no control over. That's just distracting you from a journey. Don't get distracted right now, Libra. Try to let go of control this week. It's distracting you away from a manifestation that's happening within you. Also, I am loved. That kind of mirrors the conscious connections card. I know that incredible things happen when I surround myself with supportive people. I just saw Uranus in Libra and Mercury in Libra. Okay, for those of you that have more than Sun in Libra, check your Uranus and your Mercury placement. They just showed me Libra and those two planets. If you have a Uranus in Libra, I'm feeling that some of you with that placement are here. You really need a lot of love and support. Some astrologists would say you need a romantic partner for sure, but well, it's not about just romance. It's about you will not grow and change and be able to break out of a glass ceiling unless you're in a fair and loving environment. I'm also hearing with Mercury and Libra combined that some of you really need a good sounding board right now. Like y'all don't need advice. Mercury and Libra is not going to take advice anyways. They're just that they need to talk something out. Some of you need to talk something out, and some of you need to break some kind of a glass ceiling. That's not going to happen unless you're surrounding yourself with people that support that kind of rebellion. You perceive it as a rebellion. It's not. That's just your environment pressuring you in some way. Know that you're loved. Let go of what you can't control and surround yourself with the good people. Big time. Because I kind of feel like you guys are getting in a situation where it's like strength only comes when it's called for, right? So the overall energy this week is the Three of Cups, which is a Mercury activation to a degree. It is a social scenario to a degree. It could be dating, could be friends. The way you're feeling is the King of Swords. You're in King energy this week. Libra is King. The way you're seeing yourself is the Eight of Pentacles. I'm just minding my own business. Like keeping my own peace here. What you need to know is the Two of Cups, and the final outcome is the Hermit. Loner vibes. Loner vibes for sure. So with the Three of Cups being the main focus, this is like a tribe. This is like a group. I'm hearing that tribe, group, peers, classmates, workmates, family, friends, yeah, peopling, just peopling. Clarifying this is strength, justice, and death. Okay, that's a lot of major arcana. Something is changing. It's been a long time coming. I think that some of you have really had to stand your ground, bite your tongue, be the sword in the rose. Some of you may have, or you either will this week or you have recently done what you believe is the right thing. and you've ended something and served your justice, but it's hard because you may feel like you were kicked out of the Garden of Eden, so to speak. May feel definitely feeling loner vibes off of you, but I feel like something is changing for your benefit. You're definitely going to have a lot of strength of character this week, even if you stand alone. Some of you may get some news unexpectedly. You may get news in a group of people and you cannot react in front of those people. I think you're trying not to react in front of people in general because the way you're feeling is the King of Swords. This reading is not about people coming towards you. It's about your energy. That's what I channeled. So we're fully in King energy this second week in January here, where you're really trying to protect your heart. You're the seated warrior. Like I always think the King of Swords is kind of saying to somebody, I can see you from there. I can totally see you from there. I think you're protecting your heart. I also think that people may come to you for a judgment or an opinion that's very important. I also think you do not want to give your opinion. I think that if anyone comes to you with like gossip hearsay, Libra, did you hear this? What do you think about this? You're just like, I just want to get out of this shit show. Like, I'm not interested. It's like you'll impart your wisdom. But I feel like you've been in a scenario for a while now where you just feel like you constantly have to gray rock, stone wall, protect yourself. But what it's doing is it's making you process and think. Like some of you may think, did I do something to contribute to this? I think what it's really doing is making you search your soul about the cycles that you've been playing out, what cycles you want to play out next, what you want to change and grow and expand upon, what you're sick and tired of. Because, I mean, this poor guy, as much as he looks like he loves holding that sword of truth and discernment and logic and strategy and solution, I bet he sure would like to put it down and drink moonshine with all these fools, but he can't for some reason. For some reason, you feel like you can't. And it's making you think. And I think it's making you think that you just need to get out of a situation carefully. I also think some of you may be dealing with a bully. This bully wears a pretty, it's like a wolf in sheep's clothing too. They seem to never get what they deserve either. No one really knows the real them, but you do. There's nothing you can say or do either, I hear. This person's not as powerful as they seem. They're just really good at getting a crowd riled up. But I do feel like you think, like, I feel like you guys have some Aquarius in your chart. Like you're kind of Lilith right now. Like a part of you wants to be part of this group, but a part of you knows you don't really fit in here. For some of you, this is your boss or someone that you just can't seem to get away from. I promise you can match that person's King of Swords energy. It comes naturally to you. Believe in yourself. But you seem to be just minding your own business and working. You're going to be very productive this week. Clarifying this is the Hierophant, the Five of Swords, and the Ten of Wands. I heard two different messages. The first message I hear is, you're doing all the work in a scenario. Like you're the one working the hardest. You're the one putting in the most effort. You're fighting for everything you've got. For some of you, this is like school or an education process. Some of you have a government job. You work for a state or a community. Some of you may work at a church or an organization this week. And you're going to be like, come on, we can do it. You're going to be the one that's working the hardest. I think you're also going to notice when other people do not work hard. I also see that some of you will be quite the rebel and quite the heretic this week because we've got the Hierophant here saying, come with me, my child. And you're like, no, I'm rebellious. Some of you feel like advice that you're being given isn't right for you either. You're going to deal with something on your own. You can't trust this system. You can't trust this messenger. Some of you may be standing up to a lot of tradition that's already been put in place, because the Hierophant is the system and the rules and the way it's always been done. Fellowship, yes. Bossiness, eh. The Hierophant can get kind of antiquated, and I think you're not going to stand for that. I think this week you're going to do a lot of things your own way. I keep hearing rebel. Nice. And you will be productive, but I also get the sense that sometimes, maybe in the past, you've let yourself be taken advantage of. Like you were the nice guy or the nice girl, and you let people... Like you didn't have a choice. You felt like you were the odd man out. I also hear that for a few of you, for some of you, the King of Swords is a bully around you. For some of you, I definitely feel like you are embodying the King of Swords with strength and Vesta showing up here. But I also get the sense that for a few of you, this King of Swords may come in as kind of like a guide, like an angel here on earth, and have a conversation with you that's like, look, you don't belong here. You belong somewhere different. You need to be somewhere else. Spirit may use this person as a messenger. This person may unknowingly share some details with you that you didn't expect to hear, but it's going to solidify something deeper within you and in your mind. This may come by way of an important conversation. Like you may have an important conversation that you hear from an intelligent person and maybe a fair person. I feel like you have someone around you that's complicated for sure. You're not 100% sure if they're your friend or not. That's not what's important, apparently. Spirit is telling me to tell you, someone will tell you something this week that will put an idea in your mind that's supposed to set you on a different course. Ultimately, it's going to lead you to a different destiny. It's going to make, this conversation will lead you to want to walk away from something, think about the future, and suddenly feel very passionate and rebellious. I'm hearing that some of you really, really want something to change. But for now, you're a little stuck. At first, you're going to believe it and it's going to make you mad. And you're like, whatever, I'm going to blow this popsicle stand. I'm thinking about my future now. I'm thinking about getting out of here. I'm thinking about being rebellious, going my own way. Like, your guides are also saying, look yourself in the mirror, leave the past behind, think about your future. And pretty soon it's going to be time to get excited. I think you may second guess yourself a little bit because, again, I think you guys need more support and you need to let go of control of something. I feel like there's a lot going on in your environment that you wish was different, but is like way out of your own hands. So you're going to think about it. Someone's going to think about it here. And then clarifying this is the Page of Swords, the Nine of Swords, and the Hangman. Okay, I think you're in a scenario that you kind of have to be in for now. I also think you may hear something that humbles you in some way. Watch out for overthinking something and second guessing yourself. I'm hearing that some of you need to hear you can't go back and undo something that was done or something that was said. You can't unchange the past. You might be able to clear up misunderstandings with other people, but that's about it. I also think that some of you have some people keeping an eye on you that's making you nervous. You don't know what to do. You will be very strong right now. Strength, the World, the Four of Cups, the Three of Wands, the Ace of Swords, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Tower, getting out of this place. Yeah, see, Libra, look. Just trust in what's happening right now, even if it's not comfortable, because you're going to be really strong in a scenario that you're kind of tired of being strong in. You're going to do a lot of life review. Watch out for what you see on the internet this week as well with the world, the World Wide Web. It's going to make you kind of emotionally reevaluate. And then you're going to think about the future and then suddenly realize that there is somewhere, someplace that you're better off being. You'd be better off there. It's a beautiful place. You could make good money there too. I feel like by the middle to the end of January, maybe a little bit later, You guys are going to realize that there's something out there that's meant for you that's better than what you're doing now. It may come in the form of an idea. And I think whatever kind of BS is happening around you now is all meant to happen to get you to focus on it. Because it's a manifestation that's in a spiral right now. It's like going to lead to a series of dominoes falling. I think that people see you right now too and think you're kind of amazing. They think you're very well dressed. They think you do well. They think you're mature. They're emulating you. For my role models, if you have line 6 in your human design, I think you're being wonderful role models right now. I think someone doesn't want to see that about you, though. There may be some jealousy or insecurity. Other people don't know what to think. I feel like other people don't 100% know what to make of you, Libra, and that's not your fault or your problem. I think there may be some jealousy around you as well. Know your friends and know your enemies, but I'm going to say it one more time. I do think that Spirit is going to use a person in your life, a person that you don't expect that Spirit to use, to tell you something that leads you to think and feel about doing something kind of different moving forward. This is a change that's been happening for a while. I'm also hearing that some of you are kind of getting a consequence for trusting the wrong person or the wrong people. I'm hearing some of you say, man, I thought they were my friends, or I thought that person was my friend. Maybe they were your friend, but you know, Libra, this lesson is hard earned. You know, strength of character, having a strong moral compass, knowing how to be a good friend, knowing how to be honest, how to tell the truth. Like, people are weak, you know, like we cave into gossip, we cave into lying, we can be sheeple, like in a herd. I hate to say that about the Hierophant, but you know, some of you feel like you need to sort of stand up to a whole system in some way. Stand true to yourself first, Libra. The truth is, I think maybe there's just some people maybe kind of threatened by you, or someone's kind of threatened by you. If you surround yourself with people that love you and let go of what you cannot control, I think that it's going to lead to something better for you. If this is not happening to you, this energy may be coming from a person around you that's in your aura frequently. This person may impact your life in some way. This could be a projection onto you from someone else. For some of you, I will read it as relationship. Someone is waiting to hear from you, and they sure are. They told you, I'm done. I'm traveling and I'm wild and free and all over the place. They're waiting. They may tell you they're going to rebel. They're waiting for you to kind of respond to them and notice how great they are. I don't think you're going to do that, because it's not right for you to deal with this person at this time. You have similar problems, and you have some things in common. That's what I meant by problems, not problems. You have some, like, you understand each other in a certain way, but you're still not supposed to be together. You might not ever be supposed to be together, but it's all about finding support and the conscious connections this week, Libra. Having strength of character, watching your mouth, and really having a lot of drive, okay? Keep to yourself if you have to. Any of your contemplations could help you see things from a very different point of view. The point of view that's necessary when the Hangman comes out. All right, Libra, that is the weekly tea. Again, I think it's kind of a timeless message. I hope that this resonates with you, or it will come to pass and resonate for you. And if it does, I truly hope it helps you. Link to the website for private readings is down in the description below. I'm always listening to the universe for you, Libra. Take care. I love you guys. I'll see you next time.